The third principle here that we have is understanding develop must-have skills. And I listed some skills here that I want to share with you that I think it's very important. So first, as an SEO, no one is asking you to be a developer or an engineer, but you must have some kind of technical skills, a generalist kind of skills, right? You need to understand what's a server-side rendering versus client-side rendering, how core web vitals are calculated, what changes that will influence them, mobile friendly, CSL, etc., and so on. If you don't have the basic knowledge of this technical SEO and you have the ability to hire a technical SEO, it's highly recommended to have someone to do this for you. It made a huge difference when I hired technical SEOs in our teams. You need to have some kind of analytics skills, right? You need to understand how to blend data from different sources, how to use segmentations, correlation, causation, and so on, get data from multiple sources. You need to understand that this concept is extremely important. You need to democratize the data, but centralize the analysis, right? So while data is coming from different places, right, and everyone can look at it, the analysis of the SEO has to come only from one team, right? It's like, hey, no one is allowed to do this kind of analysis. It has to be the SEO team because you see the big picture and you know all the different factors that are there. If you cannot do this, you either hire an SEO analyst or you work with the analytics team to have some kind of like a dedicated SEO analyst or a dedicated analyst that work on SEO. You need really strong people and soft skills. And I would say if you remember one slide from my presentation, you should remember this one. It's all about relationships. If no one wants to work with you, you could be the smartest SEO out there in the universe, and still no one wants to work with you, you will get nowhere. Okay, so building relationships is extremely important. You need to communicate in person. Emails are not enough. I know now most of us work from homes, most of us hybrid. If you work in hybrid, it's always good chance to every once in a while to invite people or meet with people. It's extremely important, these in-person meetings. Go to the office every once in a while, take people to lunch, celebrate new hires. I used to do something called breakfast with John. It was like, hey, I'm having breakfast in the cafeteria from 9 to 10. Everyone is welcome and let's have coffee together or something, right? And I tell you a practical example. One of the companies I worked with, the engineering team was in a separate floor. It was very dark. They didn't like to communicate with other teams. They were just about to do their own thing. And it was very hard to get any kind of SEO work with them at all. So what I did is I went every Thursday, early in the morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning before they start coming in. I buy a donut box. I leave it on one of the desks with the engineering team and say, hey guys, from SEO. And I used to do this every week for like 2-3 months. And then suddenly people coming from the engineering team coming looking for like, what is this SEO guy who's leaving us donuts? And I started building relationships and I had a great success over there with the donuts, with the engineering team. So that being said, tech and engineering teams could be the greatest ally you could have in a company, or it could be the worst hurdle that will block everything that you will do. Your strategy is dead on arrival without any kind of technical resources. You need to know how to push back. So when you have the technical skills and tech teams say, oh, this cannot be done, you can push back respectively and say, hey, this can be done through this way or this way, right? Never say it's easy, because if someone comes to you and say, hey, this SEO tactic is easy, is like you will look to them as like, hey, dude, you don't know the full picture. So the same thing with technical team. Never ask, is it doable? Everything is doable, but everything has a cost to it in development hours and other projects that are being delayed. Never provide the how. It's like, this is how you should do it, right? And instead provide the goal and why, and let them figure out the solution. And maybe you can give some hints, hey, Google recommends so and so, but don't tell them how to do it.